If you're planning to hike Troll Falls in Kananaskis Country right now, there are a few huge updates you need to know before you hit the trail. First, Marmot Falls, where you can literally walk behind a curtain of rushing water, is easily the best part of this hike right now. But second, recent flood damage has completely changed the trail. The main path to the lower falls was completely destroyed, and Upper Troll Falls past Marmot is strictly closed. In this video, I'm walking you through the entire 4.3 kilometer out and back trail, step by step, so you know exactly where to go. Before you head out, keep in mind, you do need a Kananaskis Conservation Pass for your vehicle. We parked at the Stoney Day Use lot right off Mount Allen Drive. Get here early on weekends because it fills up fast. Please don't type in Troll Falls in Google Maps as it will take you to the Nikiska Ski Resort. Look for All Trails directions or search up the exact parking lot, and let's hit the trail. From the Stoney parking lot, head right past the outhouses toward the wide main trailhead sign. Make sure you don't accidentally veer onto the power line track or the Hay Meadow Trail right off the bat. This first stretch is super easy and family friendly. It's a wide, mostly flat gravel path that cuts through a dense evergreen forest before opening up into a clear section within 800 meters. Now, as you approach the lower falls area, this is where you need to pay close attention. The original main path that used to lead straight up to the lower falls was completely washed out and destroyed by recent flooding. To bypass the damage, Alberta Parks has set up a reroute. You're going to cross both wooden bridges to stay on the safe, open section of the trail. Once you cross over, follow the detour path as it loops you around the washout and brings you right up to the lower Troll Falls. You'll notice wooden safety barricades installed here. Make sure you stay behind them. The rock face right around the lower falls is prone to rockfall, especially after all that flood activity. After checking out Lower Falls, double back slightly to the junction signed for Marmot Falls and Upper Falls, and start following Marmot Creek upstream. The trail narrows out here into a single track dirt path and gets a bit steeper, but it's short and very doable. Within about 10 to 15 minutes, you'll arrive at the star of the show, Marmot Falls. What makes Marmot Falls so special is the huge rock shelf carved out behind the cascade. You can actually step right off the main path and walk directly behind the waterfall. Watch your step though, because the rock ledge is consistently wet, slick, and sprayed with mist. Hold on to your phones and cameras, but enjoy the view from inside the falls. Now, if you've done this hike in past years, you might remember continuing past Marmot Falls up to the Upper Troll Falls and Double Falls. However, as of right now, the trail past Marmot Falls is officially closed. Flood damage destroyed the upper stairs and severely destabilized the creek banks. Alberta Parks has put up clear closure signs and barricades just past Marmot Falls. Since this is a classic out and back trail, simply turn around at Marmot Falls and retrace your steps back down past the detour, across the bridges, and back out the Stoney parking lot. Is the Troll Falls hike actually worth your time in Kananaskis? 100% yes, but only if you push past Lower Troll Falls. While the lower falls are nice, the main trail path was destroyed by flooding, so you'll need to take the double bridge detour. But if you hike just 10 minutes further up to Marmot Falls, you get to stand directly behind a cascading waterfall. It's a super short, family-friendly 4.3 hike with a massive payoff. Wear shoes with good rubber grip for those wet rocks behind Marmot Falls. Bring your bear spray as always in K Country, and make sure your Kananaskis Pass is active before you park. If this guide helped you out, drop a like, subscribe for more Alberta Trail updates, and I'll see you on the next hike.